Yesterday I had lunch with my mom, 2 sisters, and my babysitter. When I was 10 years old, her name was Maureen, she started to babysit for us. And after all these years, we still kind of stay in touch. And I was trying to calculate like when she started and how much older she is than me. And she was really only like 4 or 5 years older. And I was like around 10 and she was 15. And so we're trying to calculate that. But she was able to babysit successfully 8 kids by herself at that age, basically. And that was pretty impressive. And so I hadn't really had contact with her for a while. And then all of a sudden last summer, she calls me and she says that her daughter met this guy last week and they're getting married. And she needs me to talk some sense into her. I'm like, wait, like... I don't know your daughter. You were my babysitter, and now I'm a priest, and you're going to make me do this, right? It was like, how do you do that? And so it was amazing how God's grace just worked, and getting to talk to her daughter and her fiance, and just really being able to expand a little bit of like what was going on there, like the love that she had for her daughter, and that, you know, where the Lord is in all this, and the church. And so it turned out it was so beautiful. They both wanted, a proper preparation, and so, they did everything so beautifully. But one of the key turning points was when the mom was, kind of quizzing this couple when they kind of put that news on her, because she's like, I just met you and now you're engaged to my daughter. How's that work? And so she goes to her daughter and this guy. She goes, you can't be engaged unless you have a date and a ring. And they're like, he's like, we don't want to do a ring. And she looks at him and goes, of course you do not want to do a ring because of the money. And so as things developed, they're like, okay, yeah, we better do this. And what was interesting is that my former babysitter, Maureen, she had this really beautiful earring that her mom had given her. It was like a green something or another, like an emerald or something. And its value was incredible. And so when her daughter saw that and thought maybe that could be my engagement ring, it got her to think of the value that there is in her as a bride, the value that there is in marriage, and obviously the value that there is in engagement. And maybe sometimes we do that for ourselves. We undervalue ourselves. We just go, 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 go. But we don't see that we're that lost pearl. We're that lost emerald. We're that opportunity for somebody to actually truly invest in our lives and in our livelihood. And maybe today's a good chance for us to just allow our hearts to truly experience the heart of Christ that puts an eternal value on all of our souls as he pours out his heart from the cross to us. There can't be anything more valuable than the blood of Christ. And that is what it takes. That was the cost of Jesus Christ to save us and to love us. And so practically, what does that mean today for us? Is to relish and cherish that we are empowered by the Eucharist. We're empowered by God's love so that Jesus can love us to the point where we're like this little baby Jesus on this beautiful vestment in the arms of our Heavenly Father.